What's up, everybody? I'm here with my son, Christian, who is currently a little over 14 weeks out from his first contest, planning on doing the OCB Spirit of America drug-free tested show. And that's May 3rd, or 4th, sorry. And then he's probably going to do the NPC Rhode Island on the 31st for some more stage time. So I want to talk to him today and you guys can comment and ask questions in a bit. But first of all, how long have you wanted to compete for?
Probably since like my late teens, but I just knew I never really had the mass or the shape to like be confident on stage.
Yeah. So what made you pull the trigger and finally do it?
I figured it's kind of like now or never. I'm 25. I need to get my foot through the door, even if like I don't do that great. I don't really care. I just want to see what a real cut on me looks like.
Yeah. So, I've sort of discouraged you from competing previously because I did want you to have a little bit more muscle on your frame. And I know from experience, you're 100% drug free. You've never taken a drug in your life, a steroid, a SARM, anything like that, a pro-hormone. And you also suffer from ulcerative colitis. Can you explain to the viewers out there what ulcerative colitis, what it's like to have ulcerative colitis? What is it? What do you go through as someone who is diagnosed with that?
It's pretty much like, for a lack of a better term, I have a leaky gut. No matter like how much food I would eat, weight gain was a constant struggle, and also just bathroom trouble. Like certain things would just set me off. Stress even was a big factor. Yeah. Weight gain was horrible for maybe like 7 years. I was the same weight, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you wrestled in high school, and I think freshman year were you wrestling as a 110 or something?
113.
113.
Yeah.
So very, very difficult for him to gain weight. He is my son. We're not clones. He doesn't have my exact genetics. It was a lot easier for me to put weight on, muscular size and strength. And I'm sure that the fact that I didn't suffer from, an affliction like UC, and a lot of you guys out there, firsthand Crohn's, UC. If you don't have it, someone probably does, and you know what it's like to deal with that. So it does make the absorption of food a little more difficult. But anyway, I agreed with him. He's 25 years old now, so I'm like, well, what are we going to wait till he's 40 to compete or something? So we decided to go ahead and start the prep. And as a drug-free competitor, because I started out doing natural drug-free shows, I was drug-free for many years. I learned from experience that you need to go much more gradually with the diet, because you don't have the steroids helping you retain the muscle mass as you diet down. So your show is 14 weeks away at this point from Sunday, but how long have you actually been sort of mini prepping?
Right after my birthday was like the last time I had, like, for lack of a better term, like bad food, like anything with like oil or batter. Ever since then, I started hopping on the cardio 5 times a week and just tried cleaning up my diet in general.
Yeah, and your birthday, that was late September, because not everyone out there knows when your birthday.
Sorry. Yeah.
So you had, like I said, we had a tough time putting weight on you. You're about 5'7.5", 5'7" 3/4".
Yeah.
So you hit a high of 170, and that was a few months after you. So he finished school. His final semester of college was in Australia, spring of 2023.
150 something, like 153 maybe. Yeah.
You came back here and started eating more. That was the key, was just getting more meals in. And how long did it take you to go from that to 170?
I think maybe like 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he had put some size on. Again, it's, we're not comparing him to anyone else out there. So I'm not trying to say my son's Jack Swift. Anyone, I'm waiting for the troll comments. No. But as a drug-free guy myself, and in my earlier career competitive, I learned the hard way, trying to cut weight too fast, especially getting too heavy and fat like I always did. I always ended up losing muscle mass, and I would diet down and I'd be soft and I'd be small, and I'd wonder what happened. I thought I was so big, and then come to find out, a lot of what I thought was muscle was really fat. So with Christian, we've been doing a much more gradual cut. And so what's been, diet-wise, what's been the most challenging part? Are there certain foods that you miss already? Are you craving?
Yeah, I have dreams about food a lot. It's a lot of like fried chicken. I miss pizza, cheesecake, donuts. I'll have dreams where it's like the Biggest Loser temptation table.
Yeah.
Just a stack of donuts. And I'll just be chowing down and I'll wake up and be like, thank God I didn't actually eat that, because I'll have like a mini heart attack when I wake up.
Yeah. And you never really did, very rarely did you do cardio until this, correct?
No, I hated cardio. I mean, I still do, but it's just I have to do it, so I do it.
And he doesn't, I've told him you don't need to do the step or the stairs all the time. But he does. Is that all? That's all you do for cardio is the step mill, right?
Yeah, just because I feel like it burns calories faster than anything else for me, and I don't have much patience.
Yeah, and condition is going to be so key with Christian because he's got a decent structure. He's got wide clavicles, narrow hips, he's got good quad sweep, good pecs, but he's not a massive kid. He doesn't have a ton of muscle mass, so condition is going to be key. Especially in the natural federations, condition goes a long way. Of course, if somebody's big and ripped, yeah, obviously they're going to win. But, I, drawing on my own experience over 24 years of competing, I beat a lot of people just because I was in way better condition than they were. I beat people that had better shape, more size. And, we don't know who he's going to go up against. He's going to be doing, I think it's first timers. Do they have a first timers?
Yeah, they have a novice class.
A novice class. So he'll be doing that. I might throw him into open just for the heck of it.
Yeah.
Let's see what the comments are so far. Hi, Ron. Okay. What supplements your son take? You don't take a lot of supplements.
No.
He's almost supplement free.
Yeah.
In addition to drug free, because I'm not with a supplement company right now. When I was, I got all kinds of big boxes full of supplements every month, and I would throw them his way. So creatine, and I have to bug him to take 5 grams of creatine a day. Did you have it today?
I mean, I haven't gotten ready to go for the gym yet, so I haven't had my scoop yet. But like right before I leave the house, I will.
So that he has a shake when he's done training, whey protein. We got some Costco had a sale on Optimum, so he does 30 grams of whey protein. That's the only, and the pre-workout he drinks those Ghost energy drinks, right?
It's not even pre-workout, just caffeine.
Just caffeine. So yeah, he doesn't use any test boosters. I had him on L-glutamine. I ran out like last week. You don't even know. Yep. He didn't even know I was putting it in the shake. L-glutamine. So really all he takes is creatine, and he does a whey protein after his workout. That's it. And how much cardio are you doing right now?
Right now it's about like 40 minutes total. I'm trying to do 350 calories is like the goal each time. Yeah.
So as a coach, and I coach athletes who are natty, enhanced, whatever. I give them a caloric total goal for their cardio to reach every day. I don't say, I want you doing 20 minutes, this or that, 30 minutes, because that doesn't mean anything, because I don't know how intense they're going. I don't know how many calories. Basically, the secret to getting lean is increase your activity level, decrease your calories. That's it. You just balance. It's a scale, and you just balance the scale toward a caloric deficit gradually. We don't want to go crazy, and the fat comes off. And he's already getting leaner. I mean, you haven't seen abs since when? When was the last time you saw your abs before this?
I was like 16.
Yeah, when you were
wrestling.
When you were wrestling, and you were about 130 pounds.
113.
Okay. So I think when you're in Australia, you could kind of see your abs.
I had like a 2-pack.
A 2-pack.
Yeah.
Well, so now he's got like a 4-pack. You're already down to about 144,
142 was last
42.
night. Yeah.
So I don't know what he's going to weigh. He's not going to be like super heavyweight. Neither was I. But we're getting him lean, and we're keeping the muscle mass on him, because that's all we can do. And he works very hard on posing. He poses every day. I started trying to put a routine together for him, and then I let him sort of freestyle one, and he can't, I showed him a few poses that we went through, some poses I thought looked good on him, and he sort of constructed his own routine. He's been just fine tuning that. Your son should know you're a legend. Do you know I'm a legend?
Allegedly, yeah.
I'm just his dad. Like, no kids are impressed. You could be Donald Trump's son.
Barron, yeah.
You could be that's just his dad. He's like, oh, big deal. That's my dad, the president. But yeah, he knows, because people come up to him in the gym and say, yeah, your dad's the greatest trainer, the greatest. Your dad's this or that.
The best coach.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't gone to too many shows with me, but like he went to New York Pro with me last May, helped me out doing some coverage that we did for this channel. And a lot of people came up to me, because I've been in the industry for almost 35 years. So obviously I know a ton of people. For all those years with MD. Kalyan, he's over there. Agree, Mr. Ron. Best wish to your beloved son. Thank you. Always hits me up with 40 rupees. Appreciate that. Muscle Machine, your father's done so much for the bodybuilding community. Yeah.
The true pillar.
So which weight class?
I don't even think they do weight class. I think it's by height.
Yeah, that's a good question. OCB bodybuilding. You know, because I haven't even looked at the entry form in detail. Spirit of America. I want to share real quick. I'm just curious to see what they have. So I'll share the screen with you guys. I don't know if they have weight classes.
I'm pretty sure it's by height.
That's a good question. All right, so we're looking at it now. Event details, membership, categories, classes. All right, well, those are just categories. Like he's going to do men's bodybuilding. He was originally wanting to do classic, but then, you know, we decided classic's good, but you don't get to hit all the poses. Like front lat spread's a good pose for him, side tricep, and he wouldn't get to do that except as a favorite classic pose. Entry fees. If we go to the entry form, I wonder if that tells you. So I'm just curious.
I don't even know if they divide it like that.
I don't know if they do.
I think it's literally just amateur novice, so it's all gonna be mixed up.
Yeah, it's a good question. Amateur debut, that would be you.
Yeah.
You could do amateur. Oh, well, because I think they're doing a pro show with this. That's why everything says amateur.
Wow.
Because the same entry forms for the pros too. So looks like you could do amateur debut, amateur novice, 50, 40, no, teen, no. Junior, you could do junior. I think, actually, I don't know how old junior is. We'll have to find out. Huh, good question.
I don't even think they divide it. I think it's just everyone goes up together, like the 6 foot guys and the 5 foot, like 7 guys.
Not really sure. Guidelines, drug testing, amateur, categories. I'm just curious. Well, they have some weird poses in the OCB. Side serratus, you guys, we don't have to do that in the NPC. Get some more. Side tricep, symmetry round back.
Just all the quarter turn stuff.
Yeah. Looking at that. I'm just curious. Guidelines. Oh, well, we'll find out later.
Yeah, it's not that important. I don't even think they divide it like that. I don't get that many people competing.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
Shows are kind of small.
So if there's a weight, I don't know if there's weight classes or height classes. It might just be all one group for this category. So we really don't know. Wherever he's eligible for, that's what he's going to do. We're attempt to try. Talking about him?
I think they're talking about me.
Yeah, we were trying to go up for a pro card. I mean,
I doubt it. I'm just trying to be realistic.
I mean, realistically, you know, I couldn't do it. I know it was a different era when I did it, but he doesn't have the genetics for it, and I don't want him to. I don't want to say throw his life away chasing that, but he's got other things. He wants to be an environmental police officer. He's in that process trying to get a call back for that. So pro bodybuilding, even natural pro bodybuilding, probably not something. Martino D. Ryder, how many grams of carbs daily at this point? Do you know?
It's like 35 to 40 times 3.
Yeah, it's somewhere around 120, 150 grams of carbs a day. I have him do a little more carbs on days he trains legs and back, but he's not on many carbs. The goal is to get him lean a couple weeks ahead of time. I want him to be very, very close because the most important thing I said is condition. He's got to be ripped. So I'm going to get him lean. That's why we started the diet so far out. And then a couple, 2-3 weeks out, if he's lean enough, we can start refeeding him and bumping up his carbs, and he'll fill out a little bit at that point. Okay, well, you got a ton of experience for where I learned from. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I've been. You know, your dad is cool as fuck. Yeah. He's so tired of hearing that shit. He's so over it. What's Chris's training split? What's your training split?
So 4 days split. Chest and triceps is 1 day. Next day I do shoulders and biceps, and then the next day I'll do legs, just straight everything legs. I don't do like a glutes or hamstring split, everything at once, and then just straight back. And I'll try to throw in calves whenever they're not sore, and same with abs.
I also have him doing one rowing movement on a non-back day whenever it just falls into schedule, because back is the one area I feel he needs the most improvement in. He's got really good quads. Mom and dad helped out. He's got really good pecs. He's got a good structure. He's got 10. What was your waist the last time we measured it?
It was like 28.
28-inch waist, and I bet it's gonna come down to a 27 or less by the time he competes. So he does one rowing movement. As far as volume, I'd say he's a volume guy. He does trains similar style to me. Few different exercises, usually for each body part, usually 4 work sets. So I'd call that volume. Definitely doesn't do just like one all-out set to failure or anything like that. Tons of natty guys. Why? Yes. Okay. Why? Yes. What's up, Raymond? The next bodybuilding father-son duo. Well, I'm all done. I mean, I don't think we're going to be quite the same as like a Lee and Hunter Labrada or anything like that. But I never pushed him into this. I did make him train. I dragged him to the gym from 12.
Yeah.
So 11, 12. I mean, just doing very basic full body circuits. I want him to be strong and healthy. I didn't ever push him into being a bodybuilder. If he wanted to be one, I was always like, I'll teach him everything I can. I definitely want to, I pass on everything to these people that read the magazines and that watch the YouTube channel. Of course, I want to pass it on to my only son here. So I'm glad he's doing it. And of course, I'm going to be very, very proud when he gets on stage, lean, tanned up, oiled, smiling, whether he places first, last, doesn't, obviously I want him to win, but I'm going to be so proud of him no matter what, it's a big commitment. As those of you who have competed know, it's a very long process. I mean, you've already been doing this prep sort of, you've already been eating clean now and doing cardio for a couple months.
Yeah.
Like almost 3 months at this point.
Yeah.
And you have another 3 months to go. 4 months.
I have like 3 months, a little more than that.
Yeah, a little more than 3 months. So it's a big commitment. So I'm proud of him because I'm watching him. He doesn't cheat on his diet. If I see his weights coming down a little too fast or something, like I let you have that extra crispy chicken sandwich from Burger King.
The original chicken sandwich at Burger King. I didn't even like it after it felt bad.
So that's, I have to be careful. I don't want him coming down too quick. I want him to be right on schedule because you don't want to be ready too soon because especially as a natural, then you're going to have to try to hold that condition for weeks and weeks and weeks, and you're probably going to end up losing muscle. And of course, you don't want to be behind either. And the show's next week, and I'm not ripped yet. Then what do you do? There's really not much you can do. Pull-ups, I agree. Pull-ups, yeah, they're great.
Definitely do those. Yeah.
That's one thing that gets easier to do as you get lighter, correct?
Yeah, I can do them with one arm now. I used to, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when I dieted, that was always something I looked forward to as well. Pull-ups are going to be a lot easier, and they were, because I used to go from like 240 down to a little over 200, 205 or so, and off-season 240, my fat ass could 7 pull-ups were a bitch, but I was banging out sets of 20. I mean, how many can you do now?
Like 20 on the first one, and then like gets a little less each set after that.
Yeah, I mean it's as it should be. Martino, I think the natural body was a higher frequency than once a week. I think everyone needs more than once a week for a body part. I don't think training a body part once a week is ideal for anybody. The late Mike Menser would rip my head off to hear that. But if you train your chest today's Thursday, do you really think it's going to take until next Thursday for your chest to fully recover and be ready? No, of course it's not. That's ridiculous. So what happens if today's Thursday? What are you training today? Back? All right. So today's Thursday. He's training back. Let's say it takes him until next Monday, Tuesday at the latest, before his back is fully recovered and ready to go again. He's got 2 days where it's been ready to go again. It's made that progress, and now you're not doing a damn thing. So I believe when you only train a body part once a week, you're taking that 3 steps forward, 2 steps back type of scenario is happening. So what's your son's favorite bodybuilder? Do you have one?
No,
not me.
no.
Not me, other than me.
I mean, Arnold's pretty obvious choice because he's in so many movies. I like Sergio Oliva, the Cuban,
the original one, right?
Yeah,
he's half Cuban. If you don't realize this, his mother Janet, my wife of almost 35 years now, her parents came here from Cuba. She was born in the U.S., but her mother left Cuba with her 3 months in, pregnant in her belly. So he is a Latino, I guess, technically. He's half Cuban.
Yep.
So yeah, Sergio Oliva Jr., the great 3-time Mr. Olympia from Cuba. Did you know that one year Sergio showed up at the Olympia? Nobody competed again. Everyone was so afraid. This actually happened. I think it was 70 or 71. No, I don't know the year offhand, so don't rip my head off. Some troll always does. But one year nobody showed up, and he just did his routine, and they gave him his award, and that was the Olympia that year. So clearly, the Olympia has come a long way. Yeah. It takes like days and days to get through the Olympia now.
I'd say Ronnie Coleman as well. He's just kind of iconic.
Yeah. Most guys your age are 25. They prefer classic physique and the classic athletes to the open guys.
Yeah.
What about you?
I mean, it's definitely like more like it looks more healthy, more attainable, like a better longevity in general when you have that kind of physique. Like, look at Ronnie back in the day. Like, yeah, he looks awesome, but you see him now, he's banged up.
Yeah. I mean, even Bumstead's had some injuries, believe it or not. He's had a few. But yeah, if you're going to be 300 pounds on stage versus 220, carrying that much muscle and training that much heavier, it does take more of a toll on the body. So Kalyan, correct. He gave me it was 1968 New York City that Sergio Oliva showed up and nobody else dared to compete against him. So, I'm the old head that talks about the old days of bodybuilding when it was just bodybuilding. We didn't have board shorts and bikinis and all this crap going on. Wow. It's just bodybuilding nickname.
I don't have one.
You don't have one. Yeah. I mean, guys got any ideas? I don't know if he really needs one, but his Instagram is Quittin with a K. Where does that come from?
It's just like a little kid would say Christian, and that's what my friends would call me, like my close friends. Yeah.
I mean, bodybuilding is he doesn't really follow the sport. He's more into gaming. He's up all night gaming.
I'm not even up all night.
All right, whatever. What games are you playing right now? Or what game?
I like Dark Souls and like Monster Hunter, just like action RPGs. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they lost me at Atari 2000. After that, I was done. Pierce the sport of bodybuilding, as you are, Mr. Ron. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I appreciate the fact that all these other athletes have a chance to compete. But, I remember when bodybuilding was an elite thing. If you were a male or a female and people asked you, do you compete? You never had to ask what division. There was only one division. You had to be a bodybuilder. And if you didn't have enough muscle to be a bodybuilder, oh, well, you got to either put it on or you can compete and get your ass kicked. But there were no options for people that didn't have as much muscle mass, or maybe their upper bodies were more developed than their lower bodies, like the men's physique. A lot of people gravitated toward that in the early years for that reason. Now we have a whole division for women called wellness, where their lower bodies are dominant. There's literally like all kinds of categories. But yeah, I mean, I can just cry about it all day, or I can say that's the world changes. And he's always correcting me. He's always calling me out for living in the past and talking about in the good old days and this and that. America used to be this and that. And when I was a kid, 20 feet of snow uphill every day. Yeah. We had to walk uphill to school and uphill back. It's crazy. How'd that work? Yeah. Anyway, he is going to go train back. I promised I wouldn't keep him too long. If you guys have questions about natty prep versus enhanced prep or anything like that, or anything that I can answer on the behalf of Christian, drop a comment below. Love to hear from you guys. But I thought I'd bring my boy on for a little Q&A here. He is prepping for his first show, and I'm excited for him. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate it. And let's all wish Christian good luck in his prep. Peace.